Facebook, and then I missed you, and then I missed you again. So I figured so. It's all good. It's all good. Very noisy.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Wow, how come it was so noisy? That's so wild.
Okay, now?
Still noisy. Lot more so than usual. How come, Beena? What's happening?
Okay, now?
Better. How come? What's happening?
Okay.
What's that? Oh, come on. Something's going on. Just I'm a bit confused here.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You got a moment? I'm going to do today's session by Zoom, but wanted to make sure I'm prepared. I'm upstairs and would love to come down real quick to get some clarifications on longing, where to find the module we did, etc." It's like, what the hell, Justin? It's like, come on, man. Just astonishing, really. You know, I
What he
mean,
says.
just what I read to you. This was a few minutes ago. He said, "You got a moment? I'm going to do today's sessions by Zoom, but wanted to make sure I'm prepared." Well, obviously you're not prepared because it's way too late now to do stuff. I'm upstairs. Would love to
It's
come
okay.
down real quick to get some clarifications on logins, where to find the module we did, etc.
It's okay.
Oh, and seriously, for one thing, it's way too late. We should have done the stuff already now. It's like, anyway.
It's okay, sir. It's okay.
It's amazing, though. I mean, it's just something to really take into consideration. It's like, wow. You know, Gonna readjust our. Anyway, so I'm just putting the information there again. So I'll email it to him.
What? Oh God.
What happened? What
Rachel
happened?
is too much.
Rachel is what?
Rachel
What about her?
is too much in trouble. Yeah.
Oh, what happened now?
She posted something that I was just told that the government in the UK has decided that I don't have a right to live because I have autism. So
Right.
if you have a physical, mental, or autism disorder, then I urge you to look for a DNR on your medical records, and if you do so, um, the government, nice to know that Boris Johnson doesn't think we have any to live. Huh?
Just ignore it, Beena. Just ignore it. The uh, it gets attention. It's justification stuff. It's just a whole big mess. You know what I mean? So she really is caught up. Dang it, I got this from. Really is caught up in this idea that she knows what's going on. She's so enamored with her own opinions. This is the problem, and well, she knows she doesn't really know, and the possibility of not knowing scares her. terrifies her. I mean, the whole thing, her jumping to the conclusions. If she got it all completely wrong with the whole Zoom thing, she came on and there's nobody there. She just assumed that this was some plot against her. We were deliberately doing this. How must I know you there? And then when the realization of her absolute foolishness became clear, this awful truth, nope, 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 nope. And so you get this severe ego reaction. And this is the same thing. It's the same nonsense, Beena. It's part of the same fact. She gets ideas into her head, and she just believes that because they're her ideas, they now have sense. So it's a preposterous arrogance. It's quite something. So um, sometimes madness, Beena, it comes in many forms, and I don't use that term lightly, but some people are say they get messed up in this stuff. All right, so all right, let's see. With Justin is coming again now. All right, I'm just gonna bloody hell, man. I don't care for this. It's freaking COVID in this. It's just seriously. I'm just moving some furniture here, Beena.
Okay.
It's not seriously. I don't know. I don't know what this obsession is with being here. It's like, come on, man. Really. Childish thing, if you ask me. Come on. He said he's coming down now. It's like, I'm just waiting over here. I made some space with appropriate distancing space. I woke up in the night, by the way. Oh, sorry about your thing,
Mm-hmm.
Beena, your network.
It was by mistake. Farouk just he tried to adjust the cables and everything, and accidentally he just pulled out the cable, and when he put it inside again, it was in the wrong port.
Oh, how did you figure out that it was a mistake?
Oh God, I was calling him, the internet guy again and
Oh,
again.
shame,
And then
poor
he
guy.
came and, and he said, "Oh, the cable is in the wrong port."
Poor guy, poor guy, poor guy. Right? I mean, he does a lot of good stuff, right? I mean, he helps a lot.
Yeah.
He's very nice. I think at some point, maybe, well, now would be a good point. Just send him a gift. Yeah. I mean, he does
Yeah.
quite a lot extra, right? All right, all right.
Yes.
Hey, come in, come in, come in. Made some space here for you. But you... Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Okay, okay. Are you on the phone? I'm on Zoom with Beena. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello, Beena. Justin says hi. She is you. Yeah. This mic's pretty good.
Hello.
She says hello. She says hello. She says hello. All right. All right. So, yeah. I wonder how to just that there's that account that you mentioned called Invanto. Right. That's the platform that hosts the program. Yeah. So just click on that link I sent you right now, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay. The Zoom link? No, the other one. That's the website link. That's where the platform is. The platform link. Invanto is the platform link. Did you send me the username for Zoom? No, no, no. So two things. Sorry. We got two different things. So I sent you that link, the Invanto link. Just click on that and you'll see exactly what happens. Yeah, well, not the Zoom link, the other one. There should be two. I'm looking at it. Yeah, the link above your username and email. See, this one. Where's the Zoom link?
Yeah,
Right. What's the link above that?
it's just nothing.
Why isn't it showing for you? That's
Here's
weird.
the site where the online content is.
Yeah.
You could just email it to me.
I did it.
Maybe it was an email and not a text.
Yeah, but I mean that's weird, right? I mean it shows the link. Isn't that weird? Why are you not seeing that? Huh?
Are you saying it to my phone or are you saying it by email?
I did both. I texted it and sent it by the email. Just I sent it on email as well, so you'd have it for reference, for future. So I sent it to your Gmail, jvitorello@gmail.com. Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's really weird that you didn't get it. That's really interesting, Beena. The text. I was looking at Justin's phone text, and it doesn't show that link. That's really weird.
So I need to come up with a password. You gave it to me, right?
Correct. It's your
Uh,
email and the password
check
is
him,
immutability. Yeah.
ask him to send you an email so you can get the right email.
No, I did email it, but in the text, that I texted him,
Mm.
it just says, like if you, well, I'll screen share. So I never seen that happen before, Justin. That's I was kind of puzzled there. What was going on? Yeah, you got to double check stuff. Yeah.
Great. And so then the way to look at this is that we just go to the module one.
Right, and then that's where we were, and then just redo that, and then do the. So there was more in there. In the audio, there's actually a bit more than what's on the slides. We actually updated it because some people they don't always get to hear the audio because they do it at the office or whatever sometimes. So yeah, you just go to module one, session one now, and then you're there.
Okay, great. And then so this is we're going to be going over module 2 today on Zoom.
We're going to go over your repeat backs and takeaways of module one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and the exercises at the end of module one. Okay. They're those tasks, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So
yeah,
my homework of sorts was.
Right. So click on that session one there, and then you'll see what I mean. There you go.
Module 1.
Session 1.
Oh, yeah, clear.
Right. A little slow to load, yeah?
Yeah, I'm using my phone.
Right. It'll come up in a moment. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so now you just go through the slides, and yeah. Right.
So then,
right.
That's right. And then I had written down that that it was the list of beliefs, the list of.
Right, 3 tasks at the end. So if you just scroll all the way to the end, you'll see them right at the end there. But also what's important in doing this, Justin, is as you go through the slides, is to take each one and say, okay, what's my repeat back on this? What does this mean in my own words? Where's the value of this in my own words? And so what is this slide saying in my own words? Then you go to your takeaways and you say, what am I getting out of this? What's the value for me out of this? Do it slide by slide.
So it's like you're taking it and you're repeating back in the way you would see it.
Correct.
Feel it.
Correct.
And then.
No. Your first repeat back is what actually it says.
Yeah, what actually says.
Yeah.
That's the same.
But in your own words.
But in my own words.
Right. Then the takeaway is what.
The takeaway is the value that
Correct.
It's bringing me.
Yes, exactly. And what it means to you, and also in the takeaways, put the stuff that comes up in you, that bubbles up. If it's not related, put that in there. Because sometimes the stuff, it connects to other stuff and it keys stuff and that connectivity, that's very powerful. And then we go into that stuff on the Zoom, you see. So
and then from the takeaways, then there's a dictionary of how.
Right. So as you come across terms that are like, this is potent. This has some impact for me.
Terms that are part of this, or that I would
both.
or that I
Either
would
way.
create.
You don't have to create them.
Not
It's
create,
just
but I'm saying when
correct.
you say
Either
you
way.
repeat something back, and you may use terms that are associated
Correct.
with your,
You do both. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because some terms are hard to find synonyms for, like impeccability doesn't really have a synonym, So, all right, there are some, but it doesn't matter. It's the meaningfulness of those power terms. So then you'll see as we go through how it happens. You just start making things that, oh, this is significant. You just add it, and then as you go through it, you'll edit it and fine tune it. So yeah, just you'll build it. And there's a lot of them as you go through it. It's not a thing to.
Since I'm not memorizing anything.
Correct.
Like it's the repeat backs. It just has to come innately
Correct.
to me, right?
Correct. So you want to look at a slide and say, if I were to explain this to somebody else, right, and they're not seeing what's written here, and I don't want to plagiarize, as it were, to use the exact words. So the reason for it is, the logic is to test yourself to make sure that you really do know what's there.
Yeah.
Because we can say, you understand, Justin? You say, yeah. Oh, I know. So I have no way of really knowing. So, and this is not just for in terms of me knowing; it's for yourself
this is
too.
Like a serious problem. I don't know.
Oh, it's a huge problem in the world.
I don't know if you know that David is gone.
I don't know.
David completely left.
I do mean he just disappeared?
Like, literally disappeared.
Wow.
I kid you not.
Wow.
Wow. And I think he was so in this world of constantly saying, I understand, but he didn't.
Correct.
And that
Correct.
confused him.
Precisely.
It confused
Precisely.
him to complete.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I mean.
Yeah.
He got his unemployment check and just.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. And that's exactly why we do these repeat backs. David is an excellent example, because this is exactly what David did. He kept doing these, saying, I understand, and he built a facade, basically a house of glass, right?
A house of what?
A house of glass.
Yeah.
Right. And at some point, that it becomes so big, but it implodes, and it just crashes because it's made of nothing. It's hollow.
The most he would say he understood the most, and he would say that he was really in it. I mean, like he was giggly when I was talking about this kind of new age, if you want to call it, fast food concept with the trucks, and saying, "Oh my God," and he was just all about it and just so into it, and then it was just gone. Right. It was because he never really understood it. Couldn't relate to it.
Correct.
All right, so that's good. So I got to just. So I'm repeating back what each slide is, basically.
Correct.
And so we'll go through them today.
Yes. Then we'll go through your repeat backs, your takeaways, and those exercises as well.
And those exercises, and the exercises are mentioned in here.
They're at the very end. Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So I was going to have, Elizabeth didn't join the first one. I really want her to join this one.
Oh, good.
And
good.
So she's gonna.
Good.
I don't know if she's. However you want to. I don't know if she can just listen or you should just dive her into it.
Either way.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'd like her.
I did email her login, so she can go and do this online also now, and then we can come back and do it.
Yeah. So she's going to be on Zoom, and I'll see if she can do it earlier, do it beforehand. But I think it would be good for her to see first, is just see her witness.
Okay.
What we did before.
Okay.
And just take it in.
Okay. So I tell you what we'll do then. Do as much as you can now. But then when Elizabeth comes, we'll just go over this, all of it again.
Yeah.
Then we'll just get clarity on it.
I sent her kind of an email you had sent a while ago in April to just get more background on it.
Oh, the one with the link in.
The link, there's just something that has more of a description of it.
Oh, okay.
And I think that for her, she was under the false assumption that I was taking this class because I was already impeccable.
Right. No, this is learning it. It's learning it. Now, you see, in the takeaways, where we said to stay stuff that comes up, when we talked, as soon as we mentioned about repeat backs, and about repeat backs were for the confirmation of understanding, David immediately popped out. Do you see what I mean?
Say it again.
When we started talking about repeat backs and what they are a mechanism for checking our own comprehension and understanding. Immediately from you popped up David. See, see the association because it's relevant. You see, that's what I was saying. So in your takeaways, put that stuff that bubbles up in you that's relevant. Doesn't matter. Sometimes it may seem a bit disconnected. We'll always find those connections. Yeah, exactly. But in this case, it was like, oh, and then you really click, and then we start to get, and that's how we come to resolution. And so this is what we do on the Zoom sessions. We use this format. Yes, there's plenty of power in the online content. But when we go on Zooms, when we go through your repeat packs, then you share it with us. You share the takeaways. We go over your dictionary of power. We go through your tasks. Then we get to customize it to you.
Yeah. So
it's very powerful.
Should I be creating my own dictionary of power before this?
Correct. As you go through the sessions, just if something comes up, in your repeat packs, wow, that's a potent, concept there. Yeah. Just put it in there, and things again like impeccability, integrity, and those concepts here. But again, just as you go through, they'll come organically. Don't stress it.
Facebook at all with this?
No. It's nothing to do with Facebook. No.
All right.
I mean, you can. The Facebook group is just a support group. It's just online. It's just for posting. It's just general stuff. It's not really directly connected at all.
This is if you want to. This is the vision for Down on the Land. So you can, whenever you have a chance, just go through it.
Okay, cool.
It's I got a professional architectural topographical.
I see. Map. Yeah.
A legend.
I see. It's very small, even with my glasses.
I know, but I have a big architectural drawing.
Okay.
So that's just more of a.
Yeah, I have to look through the thing.
It says,
there we go. Container, porta potty.
Kind of where things are. It's mostly for the site, for the people, for the town. I have like the big architectural drawings, that are huge.
Yeah.
But I just did this as a visual to say this is professional.
Yeah.
I've gone through the engineering.
All right, very cool. Very cool. I'll go through it. Okay.
The most clear of what it is.
Yeah. All right. Very cool, man. All right. We'll see you a little bit. We'll see you in a bit.
We'll see you on Zoom.
Okay. I like it. Exciting. Really, you really just make such a difference for me, Beena. You make my heart very happy, Beena. Very happy. Because Beena, sometimes my heart is very pressed. Like now, it gets really pressed because of difficulties. So I have to understand, Beena, that we are dealing with a child that is masquerading as a grown up. Yes, there are some grown up abilities, but underneath the bottom line, the child is very, very lost. Uh,
So he's gonna come, and Elizabeth also.
mhm.
Oh God! Oh God!
One sec. So, what are you saying about this? Something going on over there, Beena?
Yeah, they are watching TV.
Ah, the okay. Right. So we have to be very delicate, Beena, and not just delicate, but at least also pressing. Right. We've got to press for this. Hey, you know, to this acknowledgement that we know nothing. This is where we want to start this program with. And he mentioned it with, you know, Shiri, that I know nothing. I know nothing. Yes. And he say we don't care how much we know, and we want you to deliberately throw away what you do know, and come into it as if you know nothing. To come into it with that open, childlike space. And this is where we start. This is what we are after. So we'll use Elizabeth as the gift to reiterate this. To say we don't want to hear about what you're knowing. No, that's it. We throw it all out. We're going to start from scratch. We're going to throw everything out and put it back, a little bit at a time, deliberately. So even if you did know it before, we are going to put it back deliberately, by choice. Because some things that we had before that they sort of worked when you start putting it back deliberately and you look at it carefully, say, maybe not. Okay, we set it aside. So it's not just, we may even end up putting everything back, but it is the deliberate putting back of it which makes it now something you deliberately can use and activate. And this is where the power comes from. See, so I'll just use that as a mechanism for this. It's very important. Very important. All right. But I was just saying, people are so lost, Beena. I mean, David coming up, it's like, oh my goodness, David is even, he's actually, it's fascinating that this came up because really, it's there's not all that much of a difference. And I saw that awareness in Justin, that he realized, oh, in some ways, he also is David. He also lives in House of Glass. All right, Purvangi, this is your last warning here.
And you have that milk and bori yes last night.
I did. I woke up after a couple of hours, like I usually do. And I think I slept forever. So I thought, and I remembered. So it took me a little while actually to kind of get wake up enough to, because you're in a kind of like lazy state. So, but I did,
Yeah.
and then I went and had it. So I'm actually running out of milk, so I have to go get some, which is fine. I'll go. So I think I've got enough left for one more. one more shot, So
So, can you order online?
I probably could, but I don't. I enjoy shopping, so it's all good. I go
No,
with
but
gloves to the
you were
mask and everything.
avoiding.
I know,
Okay,
but I
then
was more avoiding, not from a safety thing so much, because I don't really come close to anybody, and it's a big store as you see, and I put the mask on and the gloves and all that. I avoid just because it's a hassle and takes time, and I'm trying to not spend, So yeah, but I did look, and I didn't see them do deliveries here, so you know we're a bit out of the way. So ah, okay, I just was clicking this, just checking the stuff in group real quick. I want to show you something before Justin comes. We've got an hour go over. Did we finish the? Yes, but we didn't do the uh, we didn't do the attention questions yet, right?
yes.
Yeah. Dang, what's that, Beena?
They are watching some YouTube videos.
ah, okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Interesting. You're very noisy today. Okay. I mean, why is it
Yeah.
so much more noisy than usual? Are you in a different place,
I
Beena?
don't. No, I'm not in a different place, but anyway.
Is your door open?
Hmm. Yeah, the door is open.
Mm, I'm glad you're here, though. I'm glad you're here. I need the emotional support, Beena. At least it's very helpful. I imagine I can get by without it, but still, I'm pleased to hear. I'm pleased to hear. I can get a bit sad with stuff like this if I'm not careful. There's people so lost, Beena. Really, it affects me a bit strongly sometimes. All right. So, second thing I wanted to say is, at the end of the 2 hours, I have that. At 1 o'clock, I have that call, and that needs to be. I need to be on time for that, so I need to leave a little bit earlier. But in case we are in the thick of it, be ready for me to leave and you to continue. Okay, Beena?
Uh, why you have to leave? Say it again.
one
I
o'clock
was trying to understand.
for the call that was booked at
Oh,
novelia.org/apply.
oh
With
yes, 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 yes,
what
yes,
was
yes,
his
yes.
name again now? Jeff Gorman. So
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, I can just go off. We'll be done, and I can put on Zoom. And I don't think you'll. Well, maybe I can put them on speaker, and then you'll hear them. But then I get kind of feedback. Anyway, I'll see. I'll try and figure it out so that at least you can hear me. If you want to. But hopefully I'll be able to do it where I can put them on speaker, and then you can listen to them,
Okay.
as well, and also record it. Because
Yeah.
it's the only part I don't like about these calls is that there's no easy way to record them, So, and just what people tell me and that makes sense, just from people in the industry, they say you call these people, don't say, oh, come on Zoom, because a lot of people don't want to come on Zoom. They struggle with the technology, and it's a big issue for them and all that. So okay, so just so you know, I mean, I have my calendar and everything, all the alarms set up for it. So, but you see how things get left to the last minute now. I mean, essentially, Justin's got like an hour to do all this stuff. It's like, okay, might be enough, but So us running long is a possibility, So, so we just have to emphasize, Beena, how the course is being done. So this is when Elizabeth comes. This is what I'll explain. You do on your own time. What we do in the Zoom sessions is we go over your takeaways, we go over your notes, we go over the entries you've made into your dictionary of power, and we go over the tasks at the end of each session. Yeah, that's what we do. We
Mm-hmm.
don't do the sessions. You got to do that on your own, and that's very important. So I'll basically be talking to Justin through Elizabeth. All right. So what I wanted to show you is not that one, this one, but I need to screen share. Oh, everything is a bit mixed up here now. What's going on? Where is the here we go. All right. So let me just go out of this. We haven't done anything with attention yet, right? We haven't gone through that, right?
Yes.
We did
Yes. Yes.
or didn't? Sorry, which is the
Nope.
yes?
We didn't.
We didn't. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
What?
So much work.
The what?
So much work you have done.
Okay. It's coming. It's going slowly though, very slowly. I was struggling with this energy one, but unmotivated also. So, normally I've got too much content and it's just like I got to write it out, but I was kind of struggling to find this. So, all right, we'll just go through this so you can kind of get the idea what I'm doing here, and maybe you can add some stuff. But it doesn't have to be long. We've got the other two along. So, all right, appreciation takes energy. The greater the energy, the more we're able to appreciate. The more we become aware of all to appreciate. It all begins with energy and ends with energy. Okay, so the module name is the session name. Sorry, is giving, leveraging energy. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, mood is energy dependent. It's not necessarily an ethical obligation to be happy, but since moods, attitudes, and perceptions are infections, it's our ethical duty to be not negative. Now, this is in way of impeccability. It's a repeat from a whole long story, that Biala story that was shared there somewhere. There's a mood which is not happy, but neither is it miserable or unhappy. It's the mood of positivity, resolute positivity. It's a mood of sobriety, for sobriety is at root always positive. And it's a low energy requirement mood, therefore an excellent option when all else is not lining up. It's simply a commitment to positivity with all the realism attached. So this is a repeat from that. Oh, okay, I see. It's not optimism necessarily, but simply an insistence on the trust that things will work out, despite not seeing how. It's thus a choice of sensibility, a choice we make when we either don't want to or don't have the energy to consider options. It's a retreat option as well as a go-to option. And this resolute positivity can be combined with happiness, joy, and enthusiasm or not. Most excellent mood. So we're setting the stage for giving energy, right, with this mood to be of service, true, real service, providing energy to leverage choice is a profound and fantastic gift we can share with others. To be of service, real, true service, to provide energy. The grammar was just a bit odd there.
To provide energy to leverage choice is a profound and fantastic gift we can share with others. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is what we're talking about, in other words, okay? When our
Yes.
attention is focused and concentrated, and we've been paying attention with interest and thus energy, it almost always leads to coming into contact with more of the same.
Wow.
Okay. And I'm repeating this to be of service, true, real service, to provide energy. And I better say to repeat, otherwise I'm gonna have to. Hey. Okay, to be of service. We're saying this is to provide energy, to leverage choice. It's a profound and fantastic gift, right, Beena? Beena, sweetness? Where are you?
Yes, yes. I'm
All right.
muting myself because it's too
Oh, it's
noisy.
okay. It's okay. I don't hear it now. It's not a problem now. When I hear it, but it's not a problem at all. I'd rather have you on, Beena. I'd rather have you on. That doesn't bother
Awesome.
me, truly. What exactly does this mean, and how do we go about such sharing? Starting with being absolutely clear what we're about is essential, as this provides focus of purpose. Our goal, our aim of service is not to provide solution, is not to provide solution, as that is not ours to decide, but to enable the ability and opportunity to choose from a greater range of options. Okay. I think it's to maybe I should ameliorate this, is not to necessarily provide solution. Yes, just to, so I don't get contention here. If the mind is saying, yeah, but, then it doesn't listen. It can't hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not necessarily. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'll leave the door open for you, that you can still cling to this belief that you're going to provide solution. All right. No matter how strong our desires to help, we have to keep humility and our ethical responsibility in mind. When dealing with a client, or anyone for that matter, we're connected to a longer term overall perspective. We want to be of help, be of service. How exactly is the issue? Understanding the process of coming to resolution is the start. Problems, troubles are almost always the consequence of limited awareness and thus limited options. What we can do, our responsibility, is to enable the process of choice. I think I need to put that into, as like this as a conception, right, Beena? The process of choice. First, what has to come out has to come out. Release is needed in order to perceive what was internal, to see what's hard to see when it's too close, when emotion and stress cloud and reduce perspective. Yeah, our energy is what makes a massive difference, as it takes less energy to be negative than to be positive. We share our energy to assist in moving past the negative. We share our energy, I think I want to put a comma there. We share our energy to assist in moving past the negative, to bring the more of the positive into recognition. It seems counterintuitive, and yet, when immersed in problem, despite it being negative, that's usually all that's seen, as it takes energy to see more, as it takes additional energy.
Let me read them. Semester difference as it takes less energy to be negative than to be positive. Hmm. Your energy is what makes a massive difference, as it takes less energy to be negative
Uh-huh.
than to be positive.
Right.
Hmm.
Always
I
takes.
always feel drained when I'm negative, very sort of negative
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah, yeah. Oh, negative
But
feelings are
you're saying
draining.
that it takes less energy.
Right. Yes. It still, it drains and it takes less energy.
Okay, wow.
Both. Yeah.
Okay, to be positive. We share our energy to assist in moving past the negative to bring the more of the positive into recognition. Seems counterintuitive, yet
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
immersed in problem, despite it being negative, it's actually all that's seen, as it takes additional energy to see more. Yes.
Beena, uh,
Hmm.
to be negative usually just requires us to recognize and acknowledge and point out the crap. But to be positive usually entails some sort of creativity, because it's not the default. Just look around and you'll see how people it takes so much less energy to be negative, and you'll see what I mean. Yes, it also drains us when we get involved in negative emotions, but this is a slightly different thing in terms of being negative and to be caught up in negative emotions. They are draining, yes, but they are still, people don't realize it because you get involved in that negative emotion, and initially it's less energy to be in that because you're already feeling it. To get out of it completely, you have to set it aside, find a replacement move. So it takes energy to shift into negative. I mean, into positive. I mean, so okay. We supply this needed energy with our emphasized appreciation, our capital H hearing, our patience, the space we make. Come on. Come on. Space we make, and our exquisite attention. We add to this with deliberate connection to our responsibilities of assistance, which demands we are in the best of moods, in the highest of energies whenever we engage in interactions where our assistance is requested, and we agree to provide such as best we can. Right? I mean, we have responsibility, yes?
Hmm.
Okay. To make sure we have appropriate energy, we leverage our deep commitment and responsibility to be of real and true assistance, and thus, whenever we focus on this and enable our energy to be appropriate, as this indeed is most important to us, and we understand the power of what is important to us. Our energy is a most precious commodity, gift, and resource we can deliberately use to enable that which is not possible alone or in usual and typical interactions. Through the sharing of our energy, we can truly help. Sorry, a sentence didn't match here. Beena, also remember you are not a normal person, Beena. You aren't. You aren't. You're not given
What?
towards negative. You're not a normal person. So, you know, for most people, they find it's way easier to be negative, to criticize rather than to say positive things, to build up, to compliment, to find real, true positive things. That takes effort because, well, the predominance is usually negative. So it's a lot easier to find negative stuff than positive stuff, right?
Uh,
But you see
uh,
positive stuff by default, so it's easier
okay,
for
but
you.
I feel that it is easy to see and okay and say that because you don't need to dilute things. But when it comes to negative things, oh my God, it feels so bad when you are saying even
I know,
mentioning that.
I know, I
So
know, I know, I
you
know,
try to dilute that, try
I
to
know, I
camouflage,
know, I know, I know.
sugarcoat it a bit. It takes a whole lot of energy.
I know, sweet Beena, but that's because you are sweet and marvelous, angelic, awesome, fantastic. Mona's Beena. Yeah, yes, Beena. It's you, Beena. Just in this case, just realize you're very different and be thankful for it. The sentence was a bit awkward, so let me check here. Our energy is a most precious commodity, gift, and resource we can deliberately use to enable that which is not possible alone or in usual or typical manner. Ah, which is not, to use and enable that which is not possible alone or in usual and typical interaction. Okay, makes sense. It makes sense to you, right? The sentence. I don't know why I just was not clicking on it there for a second. Ina, does it?
Uh, okay, our energy is most precious commodity, gift, and resource we can deliberately use to enable that which is not possible alone or in usual and typical interactions.
Yeah,
Through the sharing of our energy, we can truly help. Yes.
yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know why my brain just jumped there a little bit. It's important to understand how extra energy changes matters. When it's available, it enables more than is usually possible. This is a profound service we can provide. We do provide. We need to understand exactly how. We provide energy via our interest, our care, our concern, our responsibility, our ethics, our impeccability, and our intent. There's not all that much to energy, except we be aware of it and thus use it deliberately. And that's as far as I got, Beena. Actually, I had a quote that I wanted to put in here. So let's see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that. Yeah. Okay. Um, kind of don't know where to put it now. Let's see. I suppose I could put it after this.
Uh, Today, not today, I guess yesterday, uh, our information minister addressed people that we might, God forbid, have 1,500,000 people.
1,500,000.
Uh,
150,000, in other
yeah,
words.
it is 150,000. Um, you guys call it 100,000, yeah? And
Yeah.
he's saying that 1,500,000. So
That's
I don't know.
1,500,000. That's 1.5 million.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
This is what he's saying, that
Wow.
people might die in Pakistan.
Are you saying that many will die or that many will be infected?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Wow. He said deaths,
This is
not
something like,
infections.
you're like really, really absurd.
Hang on, hang
Everybody
on,
is like
hang on.
so panic here that
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
happening?
yeah. Well, unless how many deaths are there so far?
Oh, it
Unless he just got
is
his numbers mixed up.
maybe, I don't know. There is a panic here.
Yeah. I mean, he said 1,500. No, what did he say
Thousand.
again?
It is
Fifteen
like
hundred
1,000,000
thousand.
and half a million, one and a
Yeah,
half
one and a
million.
half million. Yeah, 1,500,000 is 1.5 million. Yeah, yeah. Deaths or infections? There's a difference
Deaths.
between it.
Yeah,
Wow.
he mentioned deaths. I don't know why people are so panicked. Dure just called me and she said he
Wow,
sees the
that's a lot of deaths, and I think he's getting his facts mixed up. Um,
yeah.
he likely means infections, and he said deaths. How many deaths have they had so far?
Hmm. I don't know how many thousand like now. I really don't want to go there, but just before you call, I came here.
Yeah,
Dure called me
uh,
and she said,
yeah,
"Beena,
yeah,
the things are
yeah,
really
yeah,
messing with
yeah.
me here."
No. Just tell her, look, he likely got mixed up between deaths and infections. Um,
Okay.
I mean, what's the population size of your country? How many people live in Pakistan, Beena?
my counting is best.
Uh, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, 200 million? How many?
Let me check here how many billions we are. Oh, oh my god.
I don't think you're more than the United States. I'd guess probably about 200 million, 250 million.
Let me check. I'm actually checking Pakistan population.
Are you putting?
212.2 million.
Wow,
In
how do you like that? I guess it's pretty good. Hmm?
and it was in 2018.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so you would do 20 to 30 somewhere there. So, but yeah, so
Yeah.
okay, right. So you're smaller than the United States, okay, and they're doing a better job of containing it than the United States. So the United States so far has got 2 million infections, and the deaths are over 100,000 now. So. Uh, Pakistan is nowhere near the United States. Nobody is. Pakistan, the United States is way out ahead of this with everybody. Um, but so if he's looking at this as in a totality, he's projecting. way high. So 1.5 million deaths. Hmm, that's let's see. Million, so vaccines. So right now the death rate is something like 0.1% of the population in America. You know, so it's that's and 0.1%. It doesn't get you close to his number. So furthermore, Beena, I don't know why you would say this, just preparing people for worst case scenario, but I suspect you got it wrong. But either way, what people don't forget is this is a virus, and it's a virus that, like all viruses, can be treated with a vaccine. They are actively working on vaccines every single minute of the day. Yes, they take time because you have to test them, you have to do trials because you can have a vaccine that works, but also on some people makes it worse, and then you just end up spreading the disease again. So it takes time for these things. So by this time next year, that will have been enough time for a vaccine. And in all likelihood, there will be one because everybody and their uncle is working on a vaccine because whoever can find it is going to make a ton of money. You know, so these projections are time sensitive. If you looking at this rate that it is now, and they are suppressing it, they are keeping it down, it's slowing, So if you take this and even add a whole year onto it, how many deaths in Pakistan right now from COVID?
I don't know. It was something like 1003 or
Thousand?
I don't know. I'll let me check that.
I was gonna say I can Google it real quick. So, uh,
Um,
you tell me, Beena, you tell me.
yeah.
Instead of us both searching, yeah,
I
just
guess
search for
no.
Pakistan COVID deaths. That's all, and see. I just want to give you some ammunition that you can tell people like Dure and whoever and say, look, you know, let's see. We've got
So it is like she just panicked me, and
yes,
because
I know. Just hold on.
today Arts Council
Just
president.
give me that number real quick, Beena, then I can carry on with it, and then all this will
I'm
go
the,
away. How
I'm
many
searching. Just searching. New cases 8,000,
deaths?
6,472.
Total deaths, not new
Yeah,
deaths. Total deaths from COVID.
total. Yeah. Confirmed, yes. Okay, recovered. Death 2,632.
In total,
Yes.
this is in the complete totality.
Yes.
All right, so tell Dure not to worry. You've got 200 something million, a population. America's like 350 million. So, okay, let's just take it at twice the size for worst case scenario, right?
Mm.
You've got how many deaths again?
Sorry?
How many deaths in total? Are you sure this is total, not
Two,
just for the month
two.
or the week or whatever?
Oh, yes, 2,600 something.
Okay, so for half the population, you'd expect to have half the deaths in America. Yes, there's over 100,000 deaths in America. That means the equivalent in Pakistan is 50,000. You've got 2,000. Okay, so see what I'm saying? Right. That's fact number one, Beena. Okay, America's the worst in the world. Still, you've got 2,000 deaths over 5 months. That's 400 deaths a month. And that was when the thing was new and people weren't prepared and everything now, right? Now, if you look at the rate of deaths, I imagine in Pakistan that's starting to, the graph is starting to level out. It's not increasing anymore, right? Yes? Okay. But nonetheless, ah, Beena, did you drop off and come back? You muted, Beena.
I dropped in that.
Oh, you came back very fast. All right. So,
Yeah.
So here's what I'm saying. There's 2,000 deaths. That's ridiculously low, by the way. 2,000 deaths over 5 months. Yes, it's 400 a month. So at 400 a month, take that, and this is when the thing was increasing and going rapidly and peaking, and people weren't prepared. They weren't wearing masks and doing all this stuff,
Now,
right?
no, 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 no.
Regardless,
Now it is
Beena.
actually.
Oh, okay. But either way, if it's peaking now, that's fine. It's not getting worse. So that number is still going to be a constant, more or less. All right. So that's the worst now, as over a period of time. So you take that for
Yes.
another 10 months, and you're looking at 6,000 deaths. Another 15 months, and you're looking at 8,000 deaths. See, so where this guy gets 1.5 million deaths from, I don't know. What are the total number of cases? What are the total number of infections, cases?
I have to check.
And that's why I'm
This
saying,
is it. Yeah. Yeah.
you see, I mean, if you got that many deaths, 2,000 deaths, then likely the number of cases is probably going to be around about 100,000, I imagine. If you put in Pakistan total COVID infections, what do you get?
Okay. Total COVID health advice ministry. I have to go to some authentic, like government official sites.
Yeah.
I can share a screen with
Oh,
you
sure,
if
that
you want.
helps. That helps, and it helps me. All right, very good, Beena. Oh,
These are
right.
official sites. Taking time.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll switch my virtual background in the meantime. I've been wanting to update that. So.
Yes. See the real time. Okay.
Is that too distracting, Beena?
Press release. Yeah. Okay.
The background.
Total deaths. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm not looking at that.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. See, that was my logic. I said around about 100,000, so exactly. So he's taking this, Beena. If you take this figure over 5 months and you extrapolate it out for the next year or so, he's getting to 1.5 million, which is likely, okay, 10 times this over until this thing runs its case until next summer. So, you see?
So you have
So,
that?
yeah, I'm seeing it. So this is my point. He mixed up deaths and cases. Are you sure you heard him say deaths?
Maybe he missed that, or Durre missed that.
Oh. Now you tell me. You didn't say Dure said this. First you said, this, the minister said this. You didn't at first mention to me it came to you via Dure.
No, Durre shared now. It comes to me via Durre. She
Precisely.
told me
So
that
yeah, right.
information minister addressed.
Right. But in terms of communicating it to me, you didn't say Dure said the minister said. You just said the minister said. Then you said Dure. So see, I wasn't sure. If you'd said right away that Dure said
Oh,
this, okay, well, Dure, you got it wrong. Go and check. Likely he said cases, not deaths. So
okay.
tell her this. I mean, just text her. Say I'm on Zoom,
Okay.
so I'm busy, but just text her that link.
Oh, it's
Just text her
okay.
that link. Don't say nothing. Just text her the link,
Okay.
and she can go and get it right for herself. You know what I mean? So they don't listen. People don't
Oh,
listen. They don't
it's,
listen, Beena.
this is happening.
Yeah,
Your background is quite happening.
exactly. Got to pay attention. It's not too distracting, Beena.
It's good. No, it is happening. which is good. We need happening.
Exactly. Exactly. Energy. 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 So
And
tell her not to worry and decide which. The whole world is working on a vaccine. The moment the vaccine comes, the whole thing goes away. All right. So uh, I don't want to get too distracted by Duray's non-listening and panicking. Right. Okay. I mean, you were a bit stressed by it, but are you at ease now?
yes,
Okay. There you go. Problem solved. We just gave it a bit of energy and it went away. Right. Is there anything you want to add to this in terms of giving energy, Beena?
share screen,
Oh,
share screen, not a screen.
share screen. Ah, there you go, gorgeous Beena. So happy you're here, Beena. So happy you're here.
It's
Ah,
important to understand.
what's that? This is just
I'm
the
just
last
reading it.
slide. We did this already. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Actually changes matters. When it's available, it enables more than is really possible. It is a profound service. We provide, we need to understand. We provide energy via interest, care, concern, responsibility, ethics, and integrity in our duty. There is not all that much energy except as we use it correctly. Oh yes, perfect. It covers everything
Okay,
almost.
so anything you want to add to this session by way of energy, and it's giving, leveraging energy. It's all in the title. You want to give,
Yes,
leveraging energy. So look, when we go on to Zoom with participants, right, we give them lots of energy, right, Beena?
yes. Oh God. Some people take more energy, some okay, some much
Yeah,
lesser in
but
comparison, but it takes
yeah,
a whole lot of energy.
right. But it's not about how much energy they take from from our side, how much energy it's taking. It's how much we give to them. The style and the
Yes.
nature of our interaction in our communications, we're more upbeat, we're more enthusiastic, we're more interested, and that gives them
Yeah.
energy, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So is there anything to add? I said it's attention and okay, all of this stuff, focus.
No, not right now. I don't have anything
Right.
to add
Okay,
on
so
this,
we'll
but
just leave it there. Let me go to my Biala file and look for. I want another energy quote to add on to the end of this. Okay, well, that's a good quote, Bina, to end with, right? Thoughts affect feelings, moods, attitudes. If we are not sorted out mentally, then we are not going to be sorted out emotionally or energetically either. Those conflicting, unresolved thoughts and beliefs will continue to use up energy, much like poor programming does in software. Okay, I'll actually include the young man here, just as a closing quote. Yeah.
yeah. Yes. It was good and it is in detail, so
Say that again.
it's a good quote and also it is in detail.
Yeah. Yeah. Find a picture for it. Okay, so this is where I was on the pictures. I don't know if we used this boats one over here, did we? But I think I want to use this one anyway. Hey. Mm. All right, we'll have to give it a background, right? Bina, Bina, where you Bina? Bina, where you Bina, precious? Where you? You here, Bina? I don't hear you. Sounds like you've dropped off. Yeah. So you have. Ah, 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 ah. Come back, Beena. Come back now. Come back, Beena. Come back, go. Oh, wow. Mm. Ah, that's very nice. Come back, Beena.